Very well, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy VII. Last time we made it out of the reactor. We're back here in the Island of Avalanche and this barring Sector 7. And now Georgia wants to talk to us. Listen, Fado, I'm asking you, please join us. Sorry, Georgia. The planet is dying. Slowly but surely it's dying. Someone has to do something. So let Vargas and his buddies do something about it. It's got nothing to do with me. So, you're really leaving? You're just going to walk right out ignoring your childhood friend? What? Sorry. You forgot the promise too. Promise? So you did forget. Remember, Fado, it was 7 years ago. Look, the well. Do you remember? Yeah, back then. I thought you would never come, and I was getting a little cold. Sorry I'm late. You said you wanted to talk to me about something? Come the spring, I'm leaving this town for Midgar. All boys are leaving our town. But I'm different from all of them. I'm not just going to find a job. I want to join Soldier. I'm going to be the best there is, just like Sephiroth. Sephiroth, the great Sephiroth. Isn't it hard to join Soldier? I probably won't be able to come back to this town for a while. Huh? Will you be in the newspapers if you do well? I'll try. Hey, why don't we make a promise? If you get really famous and I'm ever in a bind, you come save me, alright? What? Whenever I'm in trouble, my hero will come and rescue me. I want to at least experience that once. What? Come on, promise me. Alright, I promise. You remember now, don't you? Our promise. I'm not a hero, I'm not famous. I can't keep the promise. But you got your childhood dream, didn't you? You joined Soldier. So come on, you've got to keep your promise. Wait a sec, big time soldier. A promise is a promise. Here. Beside Barco's stash, 1500 yield. This is my pay? Don't make me laugh. What? Daniel, you got the next mission lined up? I'll do it for 3000. What? It's okay, it's okay. We're really hurting for help, right? That money's from Elise Cooler. 2000. Thanks, Fado. Okay. Let's move up. We have a lot to do now. Good morning, Fado. Did you sleep well? Barkus Nori get me up. Next to you wouldn't. I have to answer the first one though, because of that scene that will happen later in the game. Psst, psst. Keep it down, they'll hear you. Barkus always edgy before an operation. I'm going this time. Alright, what about you? Our target is the Sector 5 reactor. Head for the station first. I'll fill you in on the train. Yo, Fado, before the next mission, I got something I want to ask you. I don't really know how to use materia. I'll give you that materia you found, just teach me how to use it. Alright, I'll explain it. You can ask if you wouldn't understand. Actually, it's fun. It's better if you answer you wouldn't understand. So this is what makes them guys the soldiers so great, huh? Okay, I'll ask Jesse again later. But you're in charge of the materia. Materia system, access the menu, select materia to keep materia, yeah. Fado, I got a message from the weapon shop man upstairs. He has something he wants to give you, don't forget. Marlene, you watch the store while we're gone. Alright, good luck. And with that, Georgia has joined the team. She is, like me, a character who doesn't fight in long range like Barkus, so she should stick in the front row. In any case, we have a lot of tutorial to listen to, so let's do just that. The first thing I want to do, in fact, is to go to where the tutorials are. We're going in here, if you don't mind. There we go. Hi there. Dried up old G's, you tired? Why don't you rest up on the third floor of my house? There's just one condition, you gotta give me some cash. Nothing. I don't need to. Cheap bastard. Yeah. Hey, wait a minute, you can't just walk out of here without buying something. Might be unhealthy for you, if you know what I mean. This guy sells equipment. Okay, we already have a assault gun, we don't really need a grenade, but we need 3 of these since they're all good. When you see the statistic down there, it tells you what the statistic of the characters will change if you keep this item. When you see a yellow number, it means it'll increase, so A is attack, D is defense, of course, so if I can buy 3 of those, no 11, 3, thank you. That'll be great, thank you. We'll see how to equip later on. I want to listen to the tutorials, so they will tell us everything. There we are. There's a dog here. How to use the buttons. L1, R1 to turn quickly. Directional button, up, left, right, down, walk. Triangle button menu. Circle, speak, execute, X run. How to reset. L1, L2, R1, R2. Select and start button. Push any of those buttons together, I mean all of those buttons together, to reset the game. Only works on the field. Huh? Finger? What the hell? I'm the position cursor. Call me whenever you're walking around confused. Push the select button, I'll appear over your shiny little head. Geez, you stand out even more than I do. Am I in the way? If so, just push the select button one more time. I'm pretty busy myself and I can't always come when you need me. If I don't show up sometimes, don't get mad. Later. Position cursor. Push the select button when you're lost in the field. Usually, position cursor will appear on the screen. But wait! Red triangles marks the exit, and green triangles mark ladders. These will help you safely make it through even the darkest streets or dangerous mountains. But there are times when it won't appear, so be careful. Alright, let's talk to this man over here. This is the beginner zone. You say you're a beginner, but your eyes says you're not. Don't mess with me. I used to be a soldier. I'll tell you how much I know, and for free too. Okay. Let's start with the first one out to save. But now I'll tell you about saving. You know what happens if you don't save? That's right. Everything you work so hard to do will be lost. You never know when there might be a power outrage. And you've got a long battle ahead of you. It pays to save often. And take breaks when you need them. Anyway, you'll need a memory card to save your games. But none of the stores around here sell any. You have to get to a real store. I guess you already have a memory card. Put the card firmly into the slot. Then when you're ready, access the menu. Select save. Remember, you can't just save whatever you want. You can only save at places marked save point. When you find one, a message will appear. Whenever you reach a save point, you want to save your game. Slot 1 is on the left. Slot 2 on the right. Choose either one. Next, choose your file and save it. Each memory card can hold up to 15 files. If you have files from other games on it, there will be less room to save. This screen only shows 3 files at a time, so press the directional buttons to scroll down the list, and you can see the rest. Remember, the more files you have, the longer it will take to load. One last thing. The memory card is a delicate device. Be careful when handling it. Never remove it while saving or loading. Don't get mad even if you lose. If that happens, just chill out and let your head and your console cool down. That's all. Remember to save often so you don't lose your games. How to heal your lives. Even though we kinda already know that. You probably already know this, but HP is your life force. If HP is lost in battle, you're out of commission. MP is the source of your magic power. If your MP is lost, you'll be unable to cast spells. So what should we do to cure a damaged ally? There are 3 ways. First, you can rest in an inn or at a nearby town. Second, you can use items to help them recover. Third, you can use curative magic. I'll explain about magic later, but here we'll talk about items. Select item from the menu. Potion restores HP. If you can't find what potion is, access the menu and select arrange to change the order of the items. You can arrange them however you like. Order items you lose in the field. Order items you lose in battle. Prioritize items you can throw in battle. Order weapons and armor separately. Order by name. Order by most item sold. Order by least item sold. By the way, key items are just that. Items that unlock problems just like a key. They're very important items to have. Keep that in mind. Okay, now select use. Then select potion. Select the person you want to use it on. If they're already maxed out, you won't be able to use it on them. We can restore MP with either. You can use the same way you did it with potion. Just pick a number and use it. The number appearing next to the item name tells you how many are available. Of course, the more you use, the less you'll have. Some enemies will drop potion or ethers, but you'll want to stock up whenever you're on a store. One last thing, if someone in your party gets wiped out, either rest that in or use Phoenix down. That's all, folks. We have a long way to go. Curative magic. Now I'll tell you how to use curative magic. First, access the menu and select magic. Next, select will cast the spell. Pick an ally equipped with restore materia. You can select another party member by using the L1 and R1 buttons. This function also works in other submenus. Better remember that. This is magic you can use, monsters you can summon, and enemy techniques you learned. Whenever magic is selected, the available magic appears on the screen. So if you want to use cure, you would select it from the menu, then select who you want to use it on. I think potion is pretty expensive, so when you're near an inn and you can restore MP, it's better to use curative magic rather than potion. That's all. Weapons and armor. Keeping weapons and armor is basic to battle. Let me show you how it's done. Just finding or buying new weapons or armor isn't enough. You have to access the menu and select equip. Then select who you want to equip. You can change weapons, armor, and accessories. Accessory has special effects. Just select what you want to change. On the right side of the screen is a list of what can be equipped. You can see the items effect here. Change your weapon with the OK button. Make sure to increase attack defense levels. Pay special attention to materia slots. The slots that are linked are effective. Also check the growth rates of materia. Now when you want to remove an accessory, press the triangle button here. You should never remove weapons or armor, because you'll never know when you'll be attacked. After you finish the equipping, you should re-equip your materia. That's it. And now how to apply materia, which is the tutorial I skipped earlier. Materia can unleash hidden power in humans, so let's see how materia is used. First access the menu, then select materia. Select who you want to use it. Pay close attention to my weapon here. Each weapon and armor has slots in them. Choose which slot you want to put materia in. Now select the materia you want to use. This is curative materia. If you want to know what this effect is, line the cursor up with check and push the OK button. It's like selecting battle commands. Just line up the cursors up to magic. You can see that the available magic has increased. Now you can use new magic cure. And that's all there is to equipping materia. See, it wasn't that tough. When you want to remove materia, it's easy as pointing to the materia slot and pushing the triangle button. There's only one thing you have to watch out for. When you keep materia, your condition changes. Parts of you will become stronger, while others get weaker. Normally, when you keep magic materia, your magic power will get stronger, but your physical strength weakens. So, materia is kind of a double-edged sword. The left side of the screen shows the effects of the materia. Try out everything. And that's all. I'll tell you about some of the finer points next. For example, effective ways to use materia. Access the menu if you find materia. There's a lot of different materia around. This is one of them, it's all materia. If you keep this alone, nothing will happen. It's a little tricky, but I'll tell you anyway. Now look at my weapon. Look closely at those two slots. They are joined together as linked slots. You've got to remember to put it into linked slots. Different materia will affect each other, but only if the slots are linked. Just to show you, let's put some oil into one of the slots and lightning in the other. Now we can use bolt on all the enemies, but it's limited to once per battle. Combine different things and you'll come up with different results. Combining restore and all will let you use cure for your entire party. There are also many useless combinations. For example, restore and lightning. Bolt and cure can be used normally, but there won't be any compound effect. Specialized materia like oil is called support materia. You can tell the difference just by looking at the material's color. This may sound weird, but did you know materia grows on its own? Even if one of your allies uses it, it will continue to grow with its battle. As its level increases, so will the effects of the magic you can use. I told you all works once per battle. but it can work twice or more as it grows. When you get into the master level, materia will divide itself, looking like it's giving birth. But that master materia won't grow anymore. When you can't take materia on anymore, you better sell it or dump it somewhere. You can see the useful functions here. You can arrange materia, remove all materia from your weapon. You can throw materia into the trash. Oops, relax, I wasn't gonna dump it. Let's see, this is a special menu for you. You can exchange all materia you have between allies, even if they're not in your party. Now about materia's growth. The growth rate depends on what weapon or armor is put into. Some will double in growth, while others won't grow at all. In most cases, the material's effect won't change, whether you put it into a weapon or armor. But elemental and added effect are completely different depending on whether you put into a weapons or armor. You gotta think about what weapons or armor to use, or what materia combinations will be the strongest. I remember hearing once about extraordinary materia somewhere in the world. I think I've told you just about everything I can. Okay, form your battle party. I'll explain your party's order in battle. First, access the menu and select the order. Next, select who you want to switch. Now select the position you want. This will change their position in battle. In this case, there isn't any advantage to disadvantage. But when you select the same person twice, you'll place them in either the front back row in a battle. When they're on the left side of the screen, they'll be the front row. When they're on the right, they'll be the back row. When you're in the front row and you select attack, you inflict major damage on your enemy, but you will also receive greater damage. While in the back row, although you do less damage to the enemy, you also receive less damage. For magic attacks, there's no difference in damage between the front and back rows. There's also no difference when you use long-range weapon, for example what Baracus does. It's better to keep weaker members in the back row. And that's it, of course. I'm better off in the front row. You must know your current status. That's one of the basics of battle. Access the menu, select status. Next, select the member you want to check. Were you surprised at the amount of information? I'll explain the order. First, these are your experience points and your level. The more experience you get in battle, the stronger you become. This gauge tells you how many points you need to get to the next level. If you can't beat stronger enemies, raise your level by fighting weaker ones. You'll improve your physical and magical skills. Next is HP and MP. HP is your life force. When it reaches 0, you won't be able to fight. MP is the source of your magic power. Every time you cast magic, you use MP. When you run out of MP, you won't be able to cast spells. This is called the limit gauge. It shows your anger level. When the gauge is full, you can use a limit technique. I'll tell you about limit techniques later. You know the battle commands are classified roughly into two groups. Attack is for regular physical attacks. Magic and summon cause magic attacks. Each has attacking power, defense power, and escape probabilities. The value depends on your equipment and experience level. The total effect is on the chart below. These are commands you can use in battle. And your previously equipped weapons, armor, and accessories. Press the OK button here one more time. These are all the types of attacks. Some monsters are weak against fire, others are weak against ice or lightning. The material or items you have can add these elementals to your attacks, or protect yourself from damaging an enemy attack. This chart shows you your current attributes. Press the OK button here one more time. The chart below means added effects. Some enemies will use sneaky attacks on you. These attacks change your condition, such as sleep, confuse, poison, darkness, petrify, silence, small, frog, and so on. These conditions disappear after each battle, except fury and sadness, which will remain. To cure these conditions quickly, use items or magic. There are specific medicines for each condition. I know I'm repeating myself, but when you're taken out in battle, I mean when you're almost dead, use life magic or the item Phoenix Down. When you change material or equipment, it's best to look here to check on them. Mastering elementals and other effects will make your battle safer. That's all. Here are a few hints or limit techniques. When an enemy has pushed your anger to the limit, you can unleash unimaginable power. You know what I mean, right? The trick is how to use it. Access the menu and select limit. Now select a member. Now decide what limit will be. Lower limits have less power, but you can use them more often. If you set your limit higher, you can inflict great damage, but you'll have to wait longer. After using this technique for a while, you'll improve your technique. Your development will change depending on how you fight. I can tell you how much it will change. It's something you have to find out for yourself. Heard a rumor about secret items that inspire ultimate techniques. I don't know whether or not those items really exist. That's it, try everything out and use what's best for you. You probably know all this, but just in case I'll go over it. Until you get instructions, don't open or take the discs out of the console. After you open up the disc cover, I can't guarantee what will happen, that's all. Okay, that was it for the first tutorial section. I'm gonna go over here and do this quickly. There's an old material right here on the ground. Hey, you got one right off. That was material. Next, take this treasure chest. Wow. That's bigger than me. And an ether. Okay. Next time on Final Fantasy VII, we'll go in here and listen to other tutorials. See you guys then.